And then there's 5 principles, again coming from Cheng Hsin. Relax. People think they're relaxed, but you hold tension. Tension is an action that you do. So it's again about letting go of tension. So relaxing, letting go of tension, but keeping your structural integrity. So it's not a slump. You hold yourself where you're balanced and you're aligned, but because you're balanced and aligned, you can then allow your body to relax. You don't have to hold on tension to keep yourself in alignment. It's the same thing with a good exercise. If you align through that exercise, your body's able to go through that coordination chain and be able to get that flow of movement. But if you don't have that, then you tend to try and muscle it and to overcome that. So by staying relaxed, and even with an Olympic lifter, you'll see them from here, that explosiveness that they go up into, and then when they get into that catch, bang. Now, it's a very technical sport. And that alignment and that ability to move quickly relies on them to be able to harness that energy from the ground and align with it. Being grounded. Understand the nature of being on the ground. Understand your relationship to your feet. This is why it's good to go around as often as you can in bare feet. Get your feet to feed back. They've got almost the same sensitivity as your hands. So if you imagine what you can feel texture-wise and what feedback you get from your hands when you pick something up, the same thing is that when you're on your bare feet, you can feel the ground. That's what they were designed for. They weren't designed, they didn't come with Nikes or Asics, which I'm wearing. But you want to be able to feel the feet, get that feedback. So being grounded is a really big one. Move from the center. So if we're looking at moving, and we tend to think of footwork that I'm going to move my foot, I'm moving my feet, I'm moving my feet. Whereas in fact what we're doing is we're moving our body and our feet take us in that direction. Remember, I'm going to push to go into a direction. I'm not reaching to go a direction and pulling myself in. I'm pushing from the ground, going under the ground to create that movement. As I'm doing that, I'm moving my center. Now, there's another benefit from this, because not only do you want to get that sense of where your body connects from the ground through your legs, through your upper body. So instead of thinking about the end movement or where that movement begins with, you've placed yourself in the center of that movement, where you control that movement. If you think about what happens from the trunk controls the limbs. So if you've got control of the trunk and you centered your attention where you're moving from, then you're going to be able to manage your movement far better than thinking about the outcome or what one part of your body is doing. So going from that one part of your body, you then, once you learn the skill, you're going to focus on certain elements of that skill. So it may be, what the arm position is, how the hips are moving, what that breaking leg is going to do, how you're going to get that hip through. So you're focus on a component of that movement. But then you want to put it into the big picture, because you don't want to be thinking about it when you're doing it. That's just going to slow that process down. So whenever you're learning a skill, you want to put it back into being whole and total. So you're thinking about how you move yourself as a whole, how your body moves, the relationship of the parts and how they relate to each other. So that's going back into whole and total. And then there's being calm. Now, within combat situations, anger is not your friend. Within a street fight, it may get you over that first hurdle where you've got that flight or fight, and you need to bring that adrenaline up, and you need to be able to overcome your fear. But if you're fighting professionally, that just clouds your judgment. So you want to remain calm. So within your training as well, and you see a lot within gyms, people make a lot of noise, doing that growling, and into that, they're just putting tension into your system. Bring your focus and your attention into your system. Bring intensity into the system that doesn't require anger. Stay relaxed, stay calm, and you'll think clearly. So those are the 5 principles from Cheng Hsin.